it's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today we are going to be scrapbooking some aquarium pictures. And if you've seen any of my Tuesday morning hauls, you know that recently I have gotten some new mixed media products. So I wanted to kind of try those out with this layout. And so I am going to be using the Vicky Bouton Creative FX iridescent glaze. I have already, where is it? I was messing around with it yesterday, so I have already used it through a stencil here. I will give you a quick tutorial how I did it, but it needs to dry, so I wanted to try it out first and then be able to use it in a video right away. So I did this last night, but we will kind of jump in and I will show you how I did it. So I just have the stencil from Echo Park and just lay that on the paper. I just grabbed a piece of scrap paper real quick, so that's just why it's completely different color there. I wonder if that is supposed to... Alright, and then what you do, you want to get it on the back of your palette knife. I'm just going to use what little bit I have on the lid here, just because it is just kind of a small demonstration. So then I have it on the back of my palette knife, and I'm just going to lightly swipe over the paper, and I just like it. It's super creamy. It blends really nicely, and I love how iridescent it is. I did kind of, as you can see, some of them aren't all the way filled in, which is okay, but I did kind of want most of them filled in, so I just kind of messed around and swiped the palette knife different ways, and again, it doesn't really take that much, so we'll just peel this off real quick and you can kind of see. So just kind of a neat little design there. It doesn't have to be, you know, all the way filled in. I actually kind of like how those are not filled in. And then I will try to show you, I'm going to clean this up real quick, but I will try to show you on the one that I did last night. I don't know if you can tell, but it is definitely raised off the paper, kind of like a texture paste, but it is very iridescent and just really fun. So that's just all I did, and then I just let it dry. So just kind of fun, something different, and I'm just going to clean it off with a baby wipe, both the stencil and the palette knife real quick. So super easy. I was able to find the iridescent glaze, the gold, and the rose gold. So I was thrilled with that. I believe there's a silver out there and like a light blue. So just cleaned it off with my baby wipe, and then I will set that aside to dry. And let's get going. So I have these pictures here from the Ripley's Aquarium, still on my trip to Gatlinburg. So this is in Gatlinburg here. I have quite a few to scrapbook, so I think I'm going to have 4 pages total. So I just trimmed down that one of the shark there. And I had a stack of some pretty paper that you can see to the left there, just kind of stored away in my beach collections. And I figured the colors would look really good, you know, underwater, being that the pictures are underwater and whatnot. So that fish paper there is from the Kaiser Craft Summer Splash collection. And I just really love the colors. So I saw those in the stash, and I tried to find in my cardstock a base paper that would look good with those colors. So I did that before the layout, or before I started. So I did kind of have in mind what papers I wanted to use. And then the back side of that paper is really pretty. It's like a teal to darker blue ombre. You'll see me use part of it later on, but it's just a very pretty collection. I love the teals and the navies. So just trying to get the spacing of the pictures and whatnot. And then the top left kind of looked out of place where I had done the mixed media up there. So I did want to place some paper up there as well. And with the fish picture or paper, sorry, there's some navy in it. So I knew I wanted to back my pictures in navy. So I'm keeping that in mind. And there's that pretty ombre. So I just cut off, I didn't cut it good at the first time, so I had to cut off, you know, some of the scraps there, but I thought that would look really pretty on the layout as well. I chose to do the darker blue only because the top teal color would have blended in with the background too much, I think. So what I end up doing is bringing that all the way across the page, which I think looks really cute. And then I am going to back the pictures with the navy paper. I just actually had to restock that. That's one that I tend to use quite often, I guess, the navy. I needed a deep red too for some reason. So I did restock those just recently. So just taping that all down. And I just want to thank everyone for all their support. Over the weekend, I hit 100 subscribers, and when I started the channel, honestly, I didn't really have many expectations. I was just hoping to inspire some people and have fun while doing it, and I definitely feel like I have had a bunch of fun. And so hitting 100 subscribers was a huge deal for me, and I'm excited to keep going and see where I can take this channel. I love all the comments and support everyone has been giving me. So I definitely appreciate that and hope that you continue watching. If you have any suggestions, what you want to see, anything maybe that I can help with, definitely leave a comment and I'll see what I can do. I just, like I said, I'm hoping to inspire people with what I am doing. So anyways, so just again, getting back to the layout, backing both of those pictures. And actually, to be honest, you guys are inspiring me too, as well, because when I first initially did this layout, I only planned on having a one-page layout, but I have had several comments thanking me for doing two-page layouts, because it is mostly what I do. And so I had one person comment right after I taped the first page that she really enjoys the two-page layout. So I figured, you know, I hadn't finished the second page yet, so why not record the second page as well? So thanks to you, I turned this into a two-page layout video. So not only am I hoping to inspire you, but I am getting inspiration from you guys as well. So thank you for your continued support. All right, so back to the layout. So right above the shark picture, I figured it was a good space for a title. So again, I went through all my alphas looking for, you know, white, navy, something that would match. And I found those stickers there. I think it's Chamel Head in the Clouds, maybe. I don't have it right in front of me. But I do believe it's from a Chamel collection. So I end up using those stickers right there to make the title. And I started on the right hand side and worked backwards because honestly I thought that the title was going to be a lot bigger than it turned out to be. I spaced the letters pretty close together because I figured the word aquarium is a longer word, so I wanted to make sure I had enough space and was able to overlap the picture if needed. But it turns out that the letters that I use are quite skinny, and since I placed them so close together I had quite a bit of open space at the beginning of the word, as you'll see coming up. And luckily I was able to fill that space, but otherwise I probably would have just moved it over to the left to line up with the picture. But you'll see kind of how I was able to fill that space in just a minute. So then I use these small foam white stickers and just write the word Ripley's right above it, just for, you know, a simple title. Nothing over the top, nothing really fun, but just, you know, it shows where we were. So I like how it turned out with the two different fonts and the textures and whatnot. And so right here, I should be grabbing these stickers. So the stickers are Jolie's Boutique. And honestly, I bought these a long time ago, and in knowing that I was going to use them for the aquarium. Just love the colors of the stickers, and I don't know, the texture. Some of them have felt on them. There's like acetate, so just really cute stickers. So that octopus fit really well right there to the left of the title. It does overlap the title and does overlap the picture as well, but I feel like it doesn't take away from the picture, so I thought it looked pretty cute. And then I just added the eel to the bottom right of the shark and a Making Memories sticker from the sticker sheet from the Kaiser Craft Summer Splash collection. And then I decided that top part to the left of the mixed media was kind of plain. So to fill that in, I took my Distress crayons from Tim Holtz, and I had a navy color. It is called Chipped Sapphire, and I thought that would be kind of fun to use. I haven't really used those much. I got them a while ago on clearance. So all I did was I scribbled it on my plastic, added some water, and just used it for splatters. So I did that kind of all around on the mixed media and whatnot as well. Some of it showed up on the texture paste or the Creative FX glaze, and some of it kind of surrounded the outsides of the circles. But I think it looks cute. It just gives it some extra color and fills in kind of some of the spaces that were kind of blank. So that is the end of the first page. And like I said, you guys inspired me to keep going and videotape the second page. So I just grabbed the scraps of the, wow, I was going to say stars, the fish paper there, and figured it was a good way to kind of link the two pages together. The background papers are the same color. I was lucky enough to have two of the same that matched the fish so well. So I just decided right off the bat that I'm just going to carry over that entire stripe. Unfortunately, because the backside of that paper was an ombre, I didn't have the same color of that navy to continue that stripe as well. But I think the way it turned out looks okay. At least, you know, it's the same papers and whatnot. And so I just went ahead and I backed the pictures with the navy paper as well. One thing I've noticed I've been doing a lot lately, as opposed to how I used to back the papers, if I plan on having them kind of side by side, I have been placing them so they're touching. I used to a lot of times space them out so there'd be like a strip of navy in the middle. And I do that sometimes, but a lot of times lately I've found that I have kind of had them touching and like that look quite a bit. So here you can see me, sorry, it's kind of off camera. I use my Distress Oxides. It's the faded blue jean or faded jeans color. And I had these heart cutouts just from a die cut. They were just like the spares. So I just kept them for, you know, future embellishments and whatnot. So I'm just using my Picket Fence blending brush to get some of that Distress Oxide on the hearts there. And to be honest, I don't end up using them. I'm not thrilled with the color. I wanted more of a navy color, and they just didn't turn out like the color that I wanted. So I have them for future use, but I don't actually end up using them on this layout. So then I decided I don't have many embellishments for the layout, and so I kind of wanted to incorporate the mixed media, the creative effects, onto the second page as well. Unfortunately, I had already put the fish paper down, so I kind of got some on the fish paper, but most of it for the finished product is covered up, so it ended up working out well. So I just grabbed my craft mat and placed it under the paper just so I didn't make too big of a mess. And like the little tutorial in the beginning, like I said, I did not anticipate filming the second page. So had I known I was going to show you how to do it on the second page, I wouldn't have had the tutorial in the beginning, but now you can see it again. So I'm just kind of using a thin layer in different spaces on the paper just to kind of fill in some of the spaces. I knew that I was going to have the paper or the pictures kind of on the more on the left hand side, but I wanted some mixed media kind of poking out through there, through the edges and in the corners. Again, what I like is that it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, some of the circles aren't all filled in and whatnot, but I think it just looks really cute. It gives it some texture, some different look, and it's so iridescent. It's so pretty. I love it. So here, like I said, I knew I wanted the photos kind of on the left side, so I wanted to fill in. I wanted this to kind of peek out of those photos. So honestly, I didn't really measure it. I just was hoping that it would work out, and it did. So I actually let it dry overnight. I was gone yesterday, so I let it dry all day and came back this morning and finished the layout. So just placing the photos there. And again, I don't have too many embellishments that really match, and I'm honestly all about the matching. I really like to keep the same colors and whatnot. So I just grabbed those Jolie's stickers again, and there's that swordfish there that I thought I wanted there, but I didn't really have green anywhere else. So I decided to take that off and replace it with that big whale because that blue I felt like matched better. So I put that whale there, and then I hemmed and hawed about this little green fish. Again, there's not really green anywhere else, so I put it back. And then I went through my phrase stickers. I have the Ripley's on the first page is that foam, so I was looking to see what phrase stickers I had in a white foam to see if I could put kind of a title at the top. Didn't really find a title that I wanted, but I did find these white foam hearts, so I decided to incorporate that over in that little cluster, embellishment cluster there, just to bring over that foam. And like I said, I just set those hearts aside. Didn't like the way they looked. They were kind of big for the page as well, so I just set those aside, didn't end up using them. And then I decided to look at the sticker sheet again, I believe, and I grabbed just one of the phrase stickers from the bottom. It says Discover, which I thought was perfect because we're at the aquarium learning and, you know, discovering all the animals. So I placed that at the top left of the pictures. The color's not 100% perfect. I don't love it on the background paper, but I love the phrase, so I did keep it, and I just placed it there. And then I grabbed another one of the white foam hearts, and just to add to it, kind of make it into a small cluster there. And then that little green fish, I think I added it after I quit videotaping, but I did end up adding that little green fish that you saw before to that top cluster. I think you should be able to see it in the final close-ups at the end. So again, that top was kind of looking kind of plain, so I grabbed those distressed crayons again and just added some more blue splatters just to kind of bring it all together, kind of make it match. And just really like the way it turned out. So the close-ups will be at the end. And again, thank you guys all for your support. Thank you for subscribing and liking and commenting on my videos, and I hope that you will continue to do so, and we will see you next time. Thanks, guys.